turn 71, and for once, very good news. Has been a while since I got good news. So, I had spotted Jusrath, the Necromancer of Jean underground, and I had sent my units toward it, if you remember. 3 of my units had regrowth thanks to the shrine here, and because when I had cleared the Lost Library here, I didn't use some of my units to keep the regrowth. So I spotted Jusrath again when I moved my hero. I was positioned somewhere like here, I think. I was ready to go to the Haste Berries and consume them and then move back. And then I spotted Jusrath here. And after some careful analysis, I decided to go attack it. I had 80 casting points, 92 mana. I could cast 2 spy drones or something else, and I checked my spellbook, and I didn't have really interesting things except Resurrect Hero, which is exactly 80 mana, so that was very, very good. And obviously I went for Resurrect Hero. I got Nashak back with no weapon, but by himself is quite strong. He has regrowth, pretty strong unit, capable of absorbing a lot of damage all at the same time. So I put Nashak with my Theocrat, who had Divine Justicar. I used my 4 remaining points here to take Sacred Arms, open up a new damage channel on my units. Very good versus Undead. I had 3 units with regrowth, as I said, Shocktrooper, the Ogre, and the Yeti. So I put the Yeti alone because I was expecting the other units to die, but the Yeti is quite high on defense and resistance. Also has 100% frost protection, so better fit against the frost damage of some of the enemy units. And then I went on the attack, and I attacked with the Yeti so that I don't face these units, and when they move, the units on the flank, so these units, are closer actually to the defenders, so when they move, then I can immediately charge them with my melee units. So usually when you do a battle like this, it's better to do as I did. So if we check the positioning, they are very close to the units there, and then they just move forward, and then I can kill them. So it's better to attack with the Yeti rather than attack with these units, who would then be here. Yeah. Also something funny I wasn't expecting, but it's pretty good. It's Jean has stiffened limbs and Nashak has break control. So another reason to resurrect him, because then I can just use break control to remove the stiffened limbs and let Jean just waste casting points. It doesn't make a big difference actually, but here, whoa, that's very unlucky for Jean. That's pretty weird actually. He got twice a 100% roll, so like 1 out of 100 chance of this. So he failed. I had 30% chance of being stunned, and that failed. So the Storm Sisters are very dangerous due to the inflict stun they have, and that's basically the most dangerous units on the stack, because they both have inflict stun and they have a lot of HP. It's Champion 3 and Champion 4 Storm Sisters. Pretty hard to kill, even in melee. They can stun you, like just like what happened to my trooper. So he keeps using Stiffen Limbs on the Sphinx after I break control of it. as I said, doesn't make a big difference because anyway it has a lot of mana, but still it means you can cast less stuff like Dread Reapers. Oh, Undying on the Storm Sister, interesting. So the hero has 2 healing. He has Heal Undead. He has Nourishing Meal. He also has Lesser Reanimate Undead. That's one thing I try to avoid. Having too much healing means your hero is not going to do much during the battle, even though he's quite strong. Has some nice attacks, nice resistance, but instead he's just healing uselessly many units. The Boar Rider is pretty strong here because he's the what's like dedicated to evil, so he had Embraced by Darkness when I produced it. Is affected by Entwined by Shadows, so he has shock damage. It has 4 channels, pretty. Oh, 3 channels? No, 4 channels versus the Undead, yeah, because of Holy Champion, so pretty strong mix. Actually, yeah, but actually I'm a bit stupid because I already had the channel, the Spirit channel due to Holy Champion, so actually I maybe should have used the points differently and not on Sacred Arms, but it still does +1 damage on all my hits, so that's still good, but I don't know if it makes such a big difference. At least +1, sometimes more. So Yeti doesn't have all the damage perks because it's not on my stack with the Theocrat. My Theocrat makes a really good necro killer, but at the same time, if Jean had Desecration, he would be a good Theocrat killer, but at the same time, again, I'm a Dreadnought, I'm not a Theocrat. So he would not be that strong against me, because I don't have devout units except my Theocrat hero, I guess. Oh, that's nasty damage. Big, yeah, 3 damage channels because Arcane Arrows have shock damage. Nice, Frozen. I like that. That's because he's veteran. So Jean's hero has Undying, but I guess I just finished the fight before he comes back. Anyway, he would be alone. Yeah, Desecration would still give him +3 resistance, so that would make some change to the battle. Okay, so nice. I didn't lose any unit. I finished with 100 HP on all my units, more or less. Just a pure disaster for Jean, and very good result for me. His hero had many very good items, which I'm obviously picking now. I spotted his leader army not far away. Oh, Static Shield, Frost Aura also. So actually I should maybe send these items to my leader because they are quite good for a melee unit. For now I'm going to equip them, but as I said, I spotted Jean's army nearby. If he moves towards me, I'm going to send all the items to my leader, so that I don't lose them if I get killed. So Nourishing Meal and all the stuff. Fearsome is also quite strong, but because his hero didn't go to melee, so I didn't use it. So the Nourishing Meal item, as I said, is not very good for auto combat because you just heal too much. I might send it to my Necro, which would then be able to heal the living units that are moving with him. So this item, I guess, is better than the Frost Aura item, and this is a very good shield, so I prefer this to the 15 HP is very good compared to the static shield, I think, but maybe not always. Shock protection, yeah, it's quite good. So I guess there is no really item I could trade with my leader. Maybe the fearsome one. I could take the fearsome one and change the gemstone. I guess that's not really useful for my Theocrat anyway, because in melee it would die very fast. Let's send this to the Necro, and then move back, give the item, the ranged item, to my AD. And then we're done. Then, so I've got another threat here, that's the Eagle Rider that was here before. It took the Watchtower, it raised it, then took the shrine, so it's nearby. I need to kill it. At the same time, I've got Jean's army here waiting for me, so he retreated somehow. He also casts a Dread Reaper, and maybe cast a Lost Soul, which I just killed, or it's his invisible Ice Mage that invoked the Lost Soul, I'm not sure. So what I'm going to do is move back with all these guys. I'm going to move here and get ready to kill the Eagle Rider. I put all my units with the Theocrat to benefit from the volunteer stuff, and the builder also with my AD for the same reason, and in case I need it. Here I checked this area, I didn't see anything, so I'm moving there. That's the unit I need to heal. I've got this last defender for my throne. I would need to check this passage, but yeah, I don't know. For now I'm just staying here. So next target would be to kill the Eagle Rider. Then, depending on Jean's movement, either I move back toward my throne, or I stay in this area, try to get the shrine, which should replenish in 4 turns. So on turn 74 for Jean and 75 for me. Then still on the underground, so usual scouting here, calling back the guys. Oh, the hero disappeared. I had a hero proposal, but because I recruited back Nashak with Resurrect Hero, he disappeared. This guy is moving back. I've got the builder from the water that got back underground, moved fast on the road thanks to advanced logistics. Also faster on the water, plus 6 movement points for embarked units when you have advanced logistics, or advanced deferring actually. Oh, I don't know. So I would need to check Jean's movement, but this guy is probably going to die. But let's try, see if he dies or not. Guess I can put him here. Doesn't make big difference if Jean kills it or not, I guess. So I don't have defenders anymore here, but I wanted to squid the cave entrance. If he survives, that would be very useful. Here I checked again. I'm very worried about Ezekiel's movement. I assume he's in this area. So my initial plan was to move back there with my leader and escape, but I'm concerned I would face Ezekiel's army, and that would be quite dangerous. So instead I'm I'm just staying on the surface for now, also because Jean only has his leader now here on the underground, so, and maybe his invisible units. So if I push him again here, he will have to make tough decisions about his leader, going after my Theocrat or against my leader. I would have expected him to move south, but he didn't. So here on the surface, Jean took back Brunsund, killed my Wyvern, which I didn't expect. I expected it, but I hoped he wouldn't. But he somehow cast a Dread Reaper, killed the Wyvern. Then, so the Wyvern was... sorry. Was south of the mountain, on the wetland, was killed, and he also had the lost soul, which I killed. So yeah, he must have summoned it with the Ice Mage, which means, or it was there for a long time. If he killed it with the Ice Mage, if he summoned it with Ice Mage, it means the Ice Mage is not very far from here. I would really like to find him and kill him. I just expect it's not the opposite, him finding me and killing me. I believe I have a relatively strong stack. By the way, maybe I should not have moved north, because it puts me closer to the Dread Reaper Jean has. Yeah, that's indeed a new lost soul. I check the Dread Reaper and the Banshee, see if they have some bonuses from the Ice Mage. If they are with him. Doesn't look like it. Yep. I guess I'm still too far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess I'm too far. So I'm putting all my units there. Moving back north. I took the Haste Berry here to prevent John from moving fast toward me. And I've got 2 units concealed. My leader and due to the urban concealment and the Obsidian Dragon couldn't make it back to the Blight because the Haste Berries are too far. I took the city and killed the Lost Soul with the Giant, so Jean will not be 100% sure what are my units there. And yeah, as I said, I plan to put some pressure on him again. The rest of the situation didn't really change at the other locations. This still belongs to Jonny. This is not used. This is unexplored. The mine here looks like it's explored. The tomb here is unexplored. And next turn I will get 125 happiness back, which will be pretty useful, I think, to get back to very happy, and I would get plus 15 income, 15% income, and then I should be back to positive gold. So really looking forward to that. Actually, I could sell some items now, but that's not directly useful. Still 2 turns for the settler. Thanks for watching. See you next turn.